An Ohio couple is taking the trip of a lifetime. They've set out on a journey to visit all 50 states in 1 year, traveling the country in an 18-foot camper. Alabama is their 20th state to visit so far, and they're stopping right here to spend some days in Mobile. Jim and Mary are with us this morning. Help me with your last name.
Competti.
Jim and Mary Competti, welcome to Mobile.
How we're glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Well, thank you so much for being here. This is such a fascinating idea y'all have, and I think a lot of people are envious and jealous. They'd like to take a trip like this of their own. So I asked you during the break, how did this all get started?
You know, really, for both of us, about 8 years ago, it really got started. We started Old World Garden Farms. It was a little 3-acre plot of land in Ohio. Started writing about gardening, simple things in life, you know, just living a little smaller. We both had our professional jobs, and somehow it resonated with people to the tune, I think every year it would grow a little bit longer, and we wrote our first book and then our second book. And I told you at the break, somehow she talked me into retiring first a few years ago. But when I retired in December, we both decided that this was the time to live our life. You know, we wanted to be able to travel, see all 50 states, and do the things we can do now while we can do them.
And you talked about you can do them because part of that is your kids are older now too. No grandkids quite yet, right?
No. Our kids, we have 4 children and they're all in their 20s. So we have 2 out of college and 2 in college.
So now is the time to do this for y'all. Perfect timing. So, all right, so what is the game plan here? How are you going to get to all 50 states within 1 year?
You know, it was tricky. I guess I'll start and let you kind of finish. So the planning stage was really last year. We left September 9th. As you said, this is our 20th state. We kind of planned it so we'd always be in the best possible chance for weather. You know, it's not Mother Nature rules, but we did pretty well. So we drove out to Nebraska, started there, and did the west, came down through the southwest, and then along the coast while it's cold. You know, we're from Ohio right now. We look at the cameras on our farm and we see snow. So we're happy to be here.
And what we try to do is we don't plan exactly what we're going to do in each state because we have a lot of our followers give us recommendations.
Cool.
So when we get into a new state, we stop by local restaurants, hometown restaurants, and say, what's cool here to do? And obviously Mardi Gras is big here.
So yeah, so I was going to ask y'all, what have you had a chance to do in Alabama so far?
We actually stopped at Bellingrath Gardens and home. Got to tour.
Fantastic.
Beautiful place, beautiful. And then we also went to
oh gosh, we've been down to the Battleship. You know, we went down and toured that. I realized I could never work in a submarine. At 6'4", it was a little hard.
Yeah.
But it's really neat. And then we went to, right as we came across from Mississippi, we went to a Mardi Gras parade there. We're going to one Thursday night here. We're trying to experience every bit of the local flavor. And Mary said it best, you know, we have a blog just for this trip called Live Simple Now. Okay. And what we do on that is, you know, we post a daily post of what we've done. But more importantly, we have a state map on there across the country. And all the followers or people that go on, they'll click that state and they'll say, hey, you've got to check this out, or you've got to check this out. It's been wonderful. I mean, we've gotten so many great ideas. Things, hidden gems, she said, restaurants. Unfortunately, I think we're eating our way through the United States too. But
hey, that's perfect.
It is.
That's what you
want
to do.
Yeah.
And something really cool is coming up too, is that you're gearing up for Hawaii toward the end of that, and that's going to coincide with your 50th birthday, correct?
It is. We will end the trip on September 8th, exactly 365 days from the start date. And while we're in Hawaii, I will turn the big Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, I tried to convince her that was my gift, but it's not going to work.
The 50th state for your 50th birthday. That's great. 18-foot camper, how does that get across the ocean to Hawaii?
Well, that's one thing that we're not going to be able to do yet.
Okay.
So we're actually going to fly to Hawaii.
Yeah,
very good.
We looked at the trip to get it all done in exactly 1 year. We did the 48 in the trailer. We'll fly to Alaska for 10 days and fly from Alaska to Hawaii for 10 days.
All right, so I'm sure a lot of folks want to follow along with what you're doing, and we'll give you that information one more time in just a second. But lastly, you said something to me during the commercial break that life is about experiences, not possessions. Tell me a little bit about that thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of us feel that way. You know, life is, you don't want to get to that point where you're like, I can't do things. You talk about it all the time, you know?
Right. You know, we really want to go and experience the world and not, you can't take possessions with you, but you always have those memories. And going around, and we've met so many nice people across the country and different cultures and different traditions that we would never get to experience if we didn't do this trip. And that's made it all worthwhile to meet everybody along the way.
And do it while we can. You know, that's the thing. We love to hike. We love to bike. Our bikes are right at the top of our camper. Cool. We try to do 25 miles in every state somewhere and ride bikes, and we hike trails. We've been here already in Alabama and had quite a few trails and hikes, and it's just kind of nice to see that, and we wanted to do it while we can because we'll have those memories forever. Yeah. We're not always going to have our legs. In fact, I tell her all the time, okay, we said we were going to do this when we were young. Maybe we should have done this when we were 30 when we were hiking. So.
Well, I think it sounds like an amazing trip. I hope to be able to take a similar one at some point. Guys, congratulations on getting it through 20 states so far. Looking forward to the next 30. And once again, if folks want to follow along, where do they go to do that?
Yeah, it's livesimplenow.com. That's the easiest way. That's our main website for this trip. And you can follow along every day. We put a picture on there, put a little story. We alternate
Send
that.
us emails, give us recommendations on what to do next.
Yeah.
Little tight in the 18-foot camper?
No, you know what's funny?
All good?
It's great. I'll tell this real quick. We had a lady in, I think we were in Nebraska or somewhere, burst into a coffee shop. We like to work a little in the mornings and just ride a little bit. And she came flying up to us and she goes, "I got to ask you a question." She obviously saw the picture on the camper, and I said, "What's that?" She goes, "How are you two still married?" And we laughed, but it's no, it's got everything we need: a queen-size bed, heated floors, shower, and air conditioning. And we don't live in there. We're out experiencing, but it's everything we need, and it's easy to unhitch and go to do things.
So cool, y'all. Follow along. We'll post a link to that website on ours, the Studio 10 tab at fox10tv.com. Appreciate y'all stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Chelsea.